Warning: this podcast contains spoilers for upcoming projects. Listen with caution.
I've not spoken to another human being all day, so that's great. But I have spoken to a hedgehog in my back garden, so it's kind of the same thing.
I would have started feeding them. I would have, if I was in the UK, I would have foxes and hedgehogs and all kinds of things in my backyard all the time because I would just feed everything cat food.
Yeah.
And,
Cat food. I mean, you know, like I don't know, like cat food, rookie mistake, Sam. Like, you know, you've got to commit to the actual hedgehog food, which I did buy a bag of this week.
Oh my God! Wait, there's specific hedgehog
There's
food?
specific
of course,
hedgehog food.
because you can have
Whoa.
you can have hedgehogs as pets. I really hope we're recording this.
I'm recording. We haven't synced
Yeah,
yet, but
we're
I'm
in.
recording.
We're so in. Should we sync
Excellent.
clap though?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yes.
Sync clap in 3, 2, 1.
Cute.
Close enough. Excellent. All right, I'll do an intro. Here we go.
Please.
Welcome to Behind the Locked Doors. This is a podcast within a podcast within a hangout with your friends to try and get motivated to get stuff done. My name is Sam Stark. I am doing literally everything in the entire world except the thing I'm supposed to be doing, which is a
Hooray.
spin-off of Unspeakable Distance called As and West. There you go. Take it away.
Yeah, you've been doing just everything on the earth, full
Yep.
stop. So yeah.
Literally everything.
Hi, I'm Jack. I'm also working on As and West, which is a spin-off of Unspeakable Distance.
And hi, I'm Mike, aka Interioity, and I am the star of As and West, the spin-off of Unspeakable Distance.
You are. You totally are.
My character is the defining aspect of the entire thing and the main motivation that we're putting it together.
He says that like he's joking, but it's actually
It's
true.
actually true.
I'm patiently waiting for my line so I can deliver a bravura performance, but
Yeah.
you know, such is the life of an actor.
Truthfully though, like, to be completely honest, the first time that Simmons will show up in the show, you actually get to write your own thing because it's like another Unspeakable Distance like message type
Oh,
thing,
nice.
so.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I think you
So
mentioned that.
really,
Yeah.
so really, you could write your lines whatever. you wanted
Here's
to.
the thing. We go about writing these episodes, and every time there's Simmons content, we leave it blank because we're like,
Yep.
fuck, we're not gonna do it. Like, Mike is the only one capable of putting the Simmons
especially
content.
since it's all like all of the Simmons stuff. That it happens in like the first half is going to be messages from him. So
Yeah.
I don't want to mess with that.
I ain't touching all that.
So-
I'm not doing it. There's no way I am as funny as you.
I'm just
no
grateful
way.
for the opportunity to hurt myself and record it for comedy again,
Yes.
as I have done
Again.
previously with Unspeakable Distance. So yeah.
I mean, why else do we make podcasts? I mean, come on.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just an excuse to just act things out upon one's own body.
Yeah.
You know, I know you've done that for certain, Sam, and I've told
I
you off
didn't mean
before.
to. I
But,
absolutely did not mean to. But yeah, they've definitely done that. Do we have a topic that we're talking about today, or are we just hanging out and talking about
Well,
stuff?
I think the topic we need to talk about is like how rubbish Scott Paladin is, just generally.
Right.
Yeah,
we kind of need to
forgot we were
interrogate
recording
the
today.
fact that the fact that we're recording right now is. I think the last 2 episodes that we've recorded, and there's 2 episodes over the space of what, maybe 2 months, a month and a half.
Yeah, something like that.
So two episodes recorded in that space of time. Scott has not edited either of those yet. At the time
Never
of
mind,
recording.
released them. He told us we have to clown on him for that because,
Yes.
it's just fun. To be fair to everyone, to the listeners, Scott has been moving, so he's had
Yes,
a legitimate excuse for
Scott's
being
had a
busy.
lot to deal with. Yeah.
Yeah. But also, we're clowning on him because we are recording new content, never mind the fact that the last 2 times we've recorded, nobody has heard that stuff.
Yep.
Get it together, Scott.
It really shows just how much that we love and adore Scott, though, that we can sit here and clown on him as we record for everybody to listen to.
Yeah.
Yes, very much so.
That's
Although
right,
I'm
yeah.
clowning on him because I live many thousands of miles away and I know he can't get me.
Yeah, he can't get you. You're safe from him.
Yeah.
So, yes. But
do we
I'm
have,
inviting
like,
future.
other topics though. I don't even know.
I mean, there's a few things. I mean, like it depends how serious we want to be. I mean, we can do our own Scott Palden impressions if we want. We can just do like a round of them and just kind of see where we are. I do like genuinely want to talk a little bit about like where I'm at creatively and like what I'm doing.
Yeah, totally.
But like, we can save that until we have like Daddy in the call.
Oh, I hated that.
Yeah, I immediately regretted it the moment I said it. But it's gonna
You ever
stay in
say
there.
you were like, I'm gonna do a joke, and then you say it, and you go, I should have done that.
Yeah.
Right as he was saying it, as the words were coming
Like the
past his
taste in
lips.
the mouth was just
Yeah.
Bad mouthfeel.
no.
I would not mind at all talking about where we are, what we're doing, how we're feeling, because I have so many things to say because I'm doing so many things.
Yeah, you are, and yeah, you deserve to be able to talk about them, Sam.
Yeah,
But
let's do that.
I don't
Let's
have
do
to
a
go first.
check-in with
Well, I was
everybody.
going to say, like, if you feel like it, yeah, I mean, like, you'd be a good person to go first, but if you want one of us can go, it's up to you.
We can just do like first we can do just check-ins, like regular check-ins, and then we can move on to like, woe is me, I do too many things and I'm stupid for saying that.
Cool.
Yeah.
right.
So, me. Okay, so as in West, there's two parts to this. So the first part is I had like I don't know what the word is, but I had like a bit of inspiration or like some motivation a couple, like maybe a month and a half ago. Oh god, it's been a while. It's been a while. So I did a bunch of writing and I wrote a bunch of like snippets like that have no actual structured place within the narrative, but I had little fun bits of dialogue and like narration and a whole bunch. It's like probably 7,000 words of just like vomit, just like blah, all over the
Just
pages.
stuff.
Yeah, and it felt really good and it made me really happy and about like where the show was going to go, what we were going to say, blah blah blah. And I worked on a whole bunch of stuff with Shiloh. Because I mean I have children, so I was like I could probably write some realistic dialogue, blah blah blah, if I really thought about it. So a whole bunch of words. They don't have a place, but even if I don't use it, it's such good. Like it made me feel happy about the project, and it
Which
like
is
got
valuable.
me to it got me to a place where I was like, okay, I have a good chunk of stuff like that I can put in my bag and set it on the shelf, and I won't lose it, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, so I can go back and be like, oh yeah, this is what I was gonna do, because it's all actually written down in a document somewhere. And then and then this is the second part. I put it up on the shelf because I was an idiot and I booked so many narrations in a short amount of time that. The side note, if you are a professional narrator and you do it all the time and you completely book yourself like solid for a couple months, that's great. Yay for getting work. But then if randomly HarperCollins calls you and is like, hey, you somebody wants you to narrate their book, and it's like the dream book that you've always wanted to do, and it's fucking HarperCollins just cold calls you, you don't have any room to do that. So you either have to be like, hey, 45 other authors that I promised you I would have your narrations done by this time. You got to move all of those, or you just gotta not sleep for a couple weeks and do all of it anyway. So
Me and Mike are nodding sympathetically.
Yeah.
Damn,
so,
that sucks.
Yeah. So yay for having work, and yay for having like success in the career that I have always wanted. But at the same time, I have not had a day off in such a long time, and there was also Con in the middle of that. I had to go and be the track lead for the audio track for NorwestCon here in Washington. So I am slightly crazy because I'm really tired. I forgot to eat yesterday, so
Just fully the whole
that's
entire day.
yeah
Didn't do it.
that's kind of where I am. So I'm really happy that I did the thing with As in West and then put it on the shelf. So it's like I still have positive feelings when it comes to As in West, and I don't want to just throw it in the garbage because I kind of like planned for I have to set it aside for a while. And so I'm in the thick of it, and I am still in the middle of a bunch of narrations. I just finished the HarperCollins one, and now I'm doing another Monster Fucker one. But
Rolling his eyes like it's such a hard shit.
if they had a plot, they would be really fun. But But yeah, so in regards to As in West, everything is actually going pretty well, but I am not working on it right now intentionally.
Because your plate
The
is
end.
mega full.
Yeah.
It sounds
Yeah.
like. Understandable. Okay, great. Great update, Sam. Mike, do you want to go or do you want me to go?
It makes sense probably for you to go because you're more As and West orientated. So
Okay, sure.
yeah.
Yeah, I got the series Bible updated with the stuff that I have access to. So, like, everything that's not the West episode, like, Unspeakable Distance episode transcripts, I have put the information into one single document. So we have, like, lists of locations that they've been to and things that, how, like, technology words that we've used and, like, characters' names and kind of a, like, baseline who it is in the plot, like, type
Oh,
stuff.
that's so nice.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, going to be really helpful for us going forward as we're all always, like, trying to reference back to stuff that happened in Unspeakable Distance and going, oh, shit, I don't remember what episode that was
Yeah.
from or where to find it or whatever. What did we call this last time? I don't know. So it'll be nice to have that all in one place. Yeah, that's where I'm at with As in West, was like getting all of that updated and into one document.
That's so freaking awesome. Because like the all the stuff that I wrote, there's so many little brackets. like
Yeah.
Like, I need to go
whatever
find what
this
this
thing is called.
is
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yay!
Yeah, so
thank
useful.
you.
Yay.
Amazing. Okay, Mike.
All right. Well, I have done nothing on As and West. I mean, I'm sorry. Like, I just dropped the ball completely.
Damn it.
You know, I don't even have an excuse. I've been doing fuck all. I've just been like, I've been sitting a lot. I've been
You
sitting.
have been
like
trying
it's,
to
it,
keep yourself alive, which is such
That-
an important.
there
thing.
has been, yeah, like I might get into more of that later. But yeah, there has been things like, you know, not dying is being
Yeah,
good.
not dying. High on the list of priorities.
Yeah. Yeah, and they, like, just, you know, just general life disruption and upheaval, and being in a pretty different place than where I was like the start of this year. So yeah, it's been interesting.
Wild, Mike's wild ride that I'm sure you want to get off at this point.
I've done the duration now. Like, I feel like I've gone round enough times that I know it well enough that it doesn't hold any appeal for me anymore. Like, I want to try something else now.
That's
please.
quite enough of
Thanks.
that one. Enough with the loop-de-loops, please.
Yeah,
Be
exactly.
over. Yeah.
So like the project which I talk about most on this podcast, which is Sundered, which is a sci-fi audio drama that I've been writing for a while. That, you know, as I've mentioned, has stalled. And I've kind of just really lost enthusiasm for doing much with it at the moment, just because there isn't really a way out to do any of the stuff I want with it, like for the foreseeable future. Like, I don't have an option to produce a pilot like I was hoping to. Just recently, Tribeca announced their audio drama selections and nominations for their festival kind of coming up, and that was something I was kind of aiming to kind of get stuff for. So that's just kind of, it's a little bit of a reminder of missed opportunity. And things that you know, it's, you know, like it's a good project. I want to still do it. Like, I've still got it in mind to complete it. But it's far too ambitious for just me to be able to produce on my own.
And it's going to be on probably like a longer timeline at this point.
It is, yeah, because, you know, like, it's going to need crowdfunding or like some backing, even to get a proof of concept in place like Scott has. You know, I will need to either have like a reserve of personal money to spend on it, or like, you know, I'm going to have to go out there without much of a track record to speak of and ask people to back me, which is going to be a difficult proposition. So what I'm trying to do, and I think I've mentioned this before, is that the only thing I've really wanted to do, because I've been sad and ill and confined to the sofa a few times and watching various costume dramas on the BBC, sometimes because I want to, sometimes because I just want to piss Sam off because I can watch them and Sam can't.
Right.
Which has happened.
Rubbing it in Sam's face.
Yeah, exactly. Well, exactly. I mean, like, what's the point in doing anything if you can't make Sam annoyed about it as well? So that's been the primary motivation for it. But I've been writing a Regency kind of like semi-comedy, sort of like, you know, action romance sort of thing.
Oh my god, cute.
Very kind of like low stakes. It's based on kind of like a LARP character that I played with my friend Dr. Lou Sutcliffe, who's fairly prominent in the audio drama community.
That's dope.
Co-creator of Eula's Choice and other things.
I didn't know you did LARP, Mike. You're the coolest guy on the earth.
I
That's
did
so
LARP a
rad.
little bit and failed at it mainly. Although I do have an early 19th century British military uniform that I
For that
wear.
purpose. That's so rad.
So
awesome.
there is that. Has got me at least one romantic interaction before. But yeah,
Good
like
for you.
it's a character I really enjoyed, and I really enjoyed the interactions I had with Lou and like the world we kind of like created. So I've been playing around with it in my head, like just as a little mini project for a while. And during all the commotion, I took the step of going to the LARP creators and saying, "Hey, would you mind if I made a drama out of this? Like I'll
That's awesome.
file the serial numbers off. I won't include anyone who doesn't want to be included. Like their stories, their names and stuff that'll be changed. But like the central story between mine and Lou's characters, the things we did, the backstories we came up with, I'd like to turn that into an actual story. I got the." I got more than the permission. Like they seemed very enthusiastic about it.
That's awesome.
I've got 2 episodes in the can already written.
Damn.
I'm aiming for about an 8 to 10 episode series. It's going to be very, purposefully a very kind of like limited sort of project. So like not a
Yeah,
huge
that makes
amount of sound design and stuff required. Not a huge cast. There's going to be a lot of elements of it which are going to be monologue. So just to kind of like cut down on kind of like dialogue editing stuff.
That is so smart. You are so smart to think.
Well, I mean,
of
it's all the sort of stuff that I probably should have done when I was approaching Sunders, but instead I got caught up in the idea, got excited about the possibility of it, and extended it outwards. With this, it's very much kind of like, this is baby's first project, so I need to be realistic.
And you're like working within the limitations that you are working within.
Exactly. So, like ideally, I'm not going to even be casting. Like I have people in mind for just about every role I've got already.
Nice.
And
That's so nice.
And people to fill stuff that could come up as well in the future. So like even though I don't know precisely what character they're going to play, I know that they would be good for it. They're all people kind of like I know or know of within the community. Lou's already on board, so I can use them because Lou knows Lou knows literally everybody in audio drama, regardless
Literally
of their
everybody.
regardless of their nationality. Like if someone is making audio drama in Turkey, Lou not only knows them, but is a close personal friend of them.
Yeah.
And so like Lou is the best person to know around because
Literally.
by extension you'll be able to kind of contact everyone, and everyone I've talked to so far is very enthusiastic about doing it. At least partly because the involvement and the commitment is going to be fairly low. Like, I'm not asking anyone to do huge amounts of stuff. And if it's something that's going to be fun and kind of like lighthearted and we can just kind of like roll through it, I think that's going to benefit both the production and the end product as well.
And probably you as well, feeling like, wow, I completed something and I created it and I got those people together and it wasn't like this giant, like, burdensome thing that took over my life.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, like, if anything, I could do with less stress in my life at the moment. So actively trying to plan for that would be good. But I needed something to make me enthusiastic about creating again, especially in a year that's been quite dark for me. So having something which is just joyful. And like it's good. It's not going to be something I'm expecting is going to set the world alight. I mean, I doubt anyone's even going to want to listen to it particularly. But Regency romances aren't the least popular thing in the world. And
I'm going to stop you right there. Actually, I think a lot of people love a Regency romance and will appreciate the like heart and humor that you bring to all of the projects that I've seen you do. And the fact that like
Jack,
it's a story
stop.
I'm not shutting up. It's already a story that's close to you because you were there at the inception of it and like created it with a friend in the beginning. And I think that always shines through in these types of projects. So
that's what I'm hoping.
Yeah, shut the fuck your mouth is basically.
Well, Jack, I'm going to tell you a little secret. It's going to be gay as fuck.
Yay!
I'm
Applause,
so ready for the gay as fuck Regency comedy romance.
All the people that watch Bridgerton and are just extremely queer baited every single day that they watch that fucking show will be like, yes, finally.
I got through one season of Bridgerton and I wanted to rip my fucking hair out.
Oh, it's because the first season is really bad. The only season that's good, is the second one, and then the Queen Charlotte spinoff. The Queen Charlotte spinoff's really good. And actually, I'm gonna maybe be weird for a second, but the Benedict season was okay. I was won over. But 3 is terrible and 1 is terrible. So
no,
it sucks that the first one is bad.
Sam, I'm with you through all of that. I agree totally, 100%. Yep,
Season
same.
2 was okay. Well, because I remember watching the first couple episods of Season 1 and being hooked. I was like, oh, this is fun. There's like fun setups for character stuff that they're going to deliver on in the second half of the season, right? Padme meme, right, Anakin? Right? Like, they didn't. No. All of the stuff I was interested in was not the stuff that they were actually planning on doing. So, rip.
I was tempted. Now we're going to go on a Bridgerton tangent.
That's okay.
Tangent. I was
not here to
tempted
stop
to
us.
read. Right. I was tempted to read the books because I wanted to see how much was like actual content from the books and what was like made
Adaptation.
up from. Yeah, and I just couldn't do it. Like I started reading it and I just wasn't. I was like and I tried reading like several chapters from all the books, and every single male character is insufferable in the books. They are absolutely terrible. And that's actually one of the reasons I think that the second season is the best, is they made the eldest brother Anthony like an actual character that I could root for, even though he was like very serious and like, you know, we have to be traditional and you have to get married, blah 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 in the first season. But like he's all of them except for fucking Colin are totally palatable in the show. So yeah, can't read the books, can't do it. Can't be bothered.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, but also I would like to say that I do reserve the right to pivot, like do a hard pivot into just writing monster fucker literature. Given that apparently you don't need to be any good and you don't even need to have stuff edited.
You don't have to be good at it.
Yeah, like you know, maybe the easy money is there. Maybe that's what I should be doing.
If there's even one shred, one scrap of plot, it sounds like you will be like miles above many of the current authors in the space.
Yeah,
Hey, look,
and
if I can write something and get Sam to narrate it, then like we quids in, like, you know, that's just opening the money tap.
It's free money.
And I want to be like I'm very versed in narrating monster fucker books, but I don't want to throw anybody under the bus. I'm not going to like talk about the actual books, but one of the I'm actually doing several monster fucker series. I'm in the middle of a couple of them, and
Monster
one
Fucker
of them,
season, baby.
yeah, one of them, they managed to never have sex in monster form, and so it's not even
That is
really monster
infuriating.
fucking. Yeah, there is like bug people that like switch into human form before we have bug sex, and then there's like dragons that never switch into like that'd be the first. I'd be like, you're a dragon, okay? Please shift right now. Let's see your goods.
Let me
Come
see
on,
the
let's
dragon
go.
dog. Like, what are we
right
doing?
now. I just don't understand like why we don't have.
I'm gonna go watch
actual
Dungeon
monster
Meshi.
fucking.
Like, what are we even fucking doing here?
Exactly. So yeah, if you write a monster fucker series that has even a scrap of plot and okay, wait, I have to make a side note. The I know that there is a push in specifically the trans community right now in trans literature, like romance and stuff, kind of like the quick little weekend reads. There is a little bit of a push to have less conflict and have it be less angsty and just sort of like a happy, you know, like meet cute, go on a couple dates and then resolve, because the world for us is really shitty right now. I don't know if you can like attest to that, Jack, but like it feels kind of bad.
I'm
And
lucky
so
to
it's
still have
nice.
a working driver's license right now.
Oh, exactly. So it is nice to be able to read books that don't have a huge section where they're fighting with their family or trying to get through some terrible trauma that they had from when they were transitioning or something. It's literally just like you meet cute, you have a cute couple of dates. Oh no, something might go wrong with the magic. Oh no, and no, it's fine. And then it's a happily ever after. And sometimes that's really nice. So I'm not really complaining about that. They're actually very cute books and they're very fun to read most of the time. It's just I'm a weirdo and I don't understand why we can't have actual monster fucking in our books.
No, that's not weird. That's not weird, I gotta tell you. If it's marketed as monster fucking and then the monsters don't fuck, like, truly what are we doing?
Yeah.
And also, I want to say something about that, by the way. Not about monster fucking, but about, like, plots that don't have conflict. So, I think it is 100% possible to come up with some sort of driving conflict for a plot that is not about transphobia or that is not about, like, you know, real world, I'm making quote marks here with my hands, real world problems that would be, like, you know, sort of a bummer to read about. Like, I promise it's possible. I know you can do it. Like,
oh yeah,
because if you really, like if you're gonna write an entire story where start to finish there is no friction at any point in any way, and everyone's just sort of gliding through the story, and there's like no like sticking points anyplace. It really kind of feels like it slid over my brain and nothing stuck. Like it didn't even grab me, and so
Exactly.
I'm like, I really feel like there has to be some type of plot driving conflict in order for it to feel like I read a story, because otherwise I'm like, oh, this is just a thing that happened. Like, this is just a situation that occurred.
Yeah, and it doesn't even need to be a conflict between the two main characters. I read a lovely trans story where there's a meet cute and they go on a couple cute dates, and then the conflict has to do with like one of the two persons' jobs. Like they have a deadline, and like it was actually quite cute. And then the love interest came over and like helped them research and helped them like organize all their shit, and it was really cute because it was like there was still conflict and there was still these stakes, because you gotta have stakes.
I'm sorry guys, you gotta have stakes.
Yeah, and it was really cute because they had like met, and then they had started their relationship, and they were really strong together, and then they like got through a hurdle together, and that was the book. And I was like, oh, 10 out of 10, beautiful, nice sex,
yeah, adorable.
too. I'm in. I'm totally in.
Yeah.
So
I'm not even asking for like the world could end level stakes.
Yeah.
I'm asking for like any amount of like plot hook whatsoever. That's
just
it.
something.
Literally anything.
Yeah.
The bar's below the earth. Anyways.
It's in hell.
Congratulations, Mike, on your update. That was all stuff that I did not know you were working on, that I'm really excited to hear more about as you work on it and as it comes together. And I'm excited to hear it when it exists in the world someday.
100%. I had heard that you were doing a Regency something because you had like sort of mentioned it, but like I did not realize that it was a LARP. Like I didn't really. I knew that you talked about your LARP stuff, but I thought you were taking the story of the LARP and you were making that. Is the drama a LARP, or is it the story of the LARP, or is there LARPing?
So there will be no LARPing within the audio drama. It's like
okay.
But it's not even taking the story of the LARP. It's taking the two characters that me and Lou played, and what actually happened. So like we invented a shared backstory, because we're basically playing two army officers. We're both majors, both unlucky in love. Like we're both in this situation, like where we're in the middle of a war. We find ourselves at home. We're kind of having to navigate like social obligations as well as kind of like concerns about our usefulness and kind of like these sorts of things, and kind of getting older and and
I'm already so fed. Like the food is like just outside of my reach, and my mouth is open like a baby bird. Like please dump it in there. I'm so excited.
They're two very angsty sort of characters with like different approaches. And a lot of people in the lab really like them because they were like this really wholesome, like gay kind of like sort of ace sort of kind of like dynamic kind of going on. Like it wasn't kind of like overtly sexual, but they were very much in love with each other. And that's something that we kind of like wanted to play out, and then kind of like what society would think about that, how it would be kind of interpreted, how they would navigate it themselves, how they would conceptualize it themselves as well. Like it was just like a really, really lovely thing for me, especially. Like it was a really cool way to kind of explore what having like a non-toxic male like friendship and love interest is like, because I'm someone who's had like a lot of problems with that in the past. Like I've got a lot of like trauma around kind of like male relationships, so being able to have Lou there and actually kind of explore what it would be like to kind of like be like emotionally very, very close to someone like that, especially and then like place it in a society where like it's not just frowned upon, it's just like that isn't even able to be conceived of in a way, like just kind of like seeing people's minds blown a little bit.
Man, that's so beautiful.
Ace representation is so important. There's just there is some, but a lot of it is not good. It's not like authentic. So
and there's not a lot of it either. I think like especially explorations of it that are sort of heartful and respectful and based in the experience of someone who has like got some sort of personal investment in it. Like I think sometimes I see it dropped in as like a like diversity checkbox thing, And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, well, I guess that's better than nothing, but it's not like a really heartfelt exploration of the subject.
Yeah. It's always like a side character who is AFAB with colored hair and a really spunky personality, but
Yes.
she are not interested in sex, and that's like all it is. That's the whole thing.
Yep.
That is their entire personality.
Yep.
So
Yeah, well,
yeah, I read a
that's
lot of really
exciting.
bad books.
Mike, I'm so excited that this is a thing that's going to exist in the world because
Yeah.
I think that's beautiful.
Yep.
Yeah. Hopefully I'm
Ditto.
able to capture some of that. The genuineness of the core of it. Like if I can get that to exist in there in any degree, then I think I'll be happy. Like yeah.
Well, you may forget, I've seen your prior work, some of it, and I more than 100% believe you capable of doing that.
Oh, thank
Yeah,
you, Joe.
I was in your prior work, so I know firsthand. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's your fault that you that I have been unleashed onto the audio drama community. So
Yeah, I know. I'm reminded of that almost on a weekly basis. Like people
Sam
email me
Mike's
and say,
fault.
"What the fuck did you do?" And I'm like, "Well,
How you've unleashed him? Oh God,
yep, yeah. Oh dear, I'm so sorry.
he's on the loose.
So okay, we've done wonderful, beautiful updates.
Yeah.
Do we wanna get more serious, or what would we like to do now? I can
how's
cut out
everybody's
this part
energy
where we're trying
level?
to
How's our
figure out what to
time?
do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have time, so
yeah, I've got nothing pressing." So
I don't, but I really don't want to do the thing that I'm supposed to do, and I need a goddamn break. So
there you go. It's really important to take breaks. Like you
yeah,
must.
please
You have
remind
to.
me. You can just like message me throughout the day and
Just
be like,
out of the blue,
"Hey Sam,
like,
have you
"Hey,
taken
take
a
a break.
break?" And I'll be like,
you eaten?
"Oh yeah,
you
yeah,
slept?"
oh, shoot." Yeah, exactly.
Oh fuck, no.
Yep. Cool. So who wants to go first? Yay.
I mean, if we want to do serious stuff, I mean, I could say the thing I was planning on doing for the next episode, I guess. So I'm really interested to hear from both of you. Like, have you ever been in a situation where, like, creatively, like, you know, you're working on something, you've got a bit of momentum, and then something outside of your creative life comes in and just steamrollers you, like, you know, like knocks you out of momentum, like, you know, like stops you from being able to work, like, it prevents you from doing the thing you want to, you know, for a while. Like, have you ever kind of come back to trying to do creative stuff and found that it's more difficult than it was before? And if so, like, how have you managed to pick yourself up off the mat and able to continue with getting back to where you were before? Because I'm kind of in that place myself at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah, I can say things about that, Sam. I'm sure you can say things about that. I feel like many creative people end up in this position throughout their lives because it's so difficult to maintain creative energy when it is literally taking so much energy to just get through a day, after a different day after a different day. Like, that's just a thing that happens.
Yeah.
I know you guys. I know I talked about on this podcast specifically that I was having a lot of health problems last year.
Yeah.
And they totally fucked with like everything that I was doing, and I had to stop and have surgery, and like it completely destroyed any momentum that I had, and I had to cancel narrations. I barely made it through like the beginning of doing the sound design for Store 236 because that was like my huge burnout time, and I was just creating nothing, and I was really, really discouraged, and I was in pain all the time.
Yeah.
And it was ruining a lot of my like relationships, and I was like just a really awful person to be around because I mean, one, I was in pain all the time, and two, I was mad because I wasn't like getting things done. And
that's so real.
It took I have always been a pretty healthy person. I've been very, very, very lucky and I mean blessed, I guess is the only word for it, to not have like any. Well, I do have migraines. I have chronic pain, but like
so I have chronic pain. But other than that,
no, I don't. I've never had like a serious illness. You know, I've never I've always been able to do sports, and I'm a very physical person, and so not being able to be physical, like not being able to work out in the mornings, and I was just gaining weight and gaining weight and gaining weight. It was really rough, and so I was just angry at like everything and everybody all the time, and sad and depressed, and I had several months of what you were talking about, Mike, where I was just like, yeah, I don't even remember how to do this anymore. Like, I don't remember how to write. I don't remember how to even sit down and get into the headspace to write or create anything. And really the only thing that helped me was to go back to the things that inspired me in the first place. Like the stuff that I just absolutely love that always makes me feel like, oh, I want to do that so bad. So I actually went back and I listened to the entirety of Midnight Burger, like the whole thing, just I binged it. I went back and it's so good. And then I went back and I watched the entire first couple seasons of the original Daredevil, because that show is just fucking awesome in so many different ways. I watched a whole bunch of horror movies that I haven't watched in a really long time. I sought out new and different kinds of horror movies that I was interested in, and I just made time. I was like, I just need to get back into things that I truly love. And then I also did I also did the thing where I started reading physical books, because I think I talked about this before. If I'm reading it on my phone or my tablet, I feel like it's for work. So if I have an actual physical, it's so true. If I have an actual physical book in my hands, then I know my brain knows that it's for pleasure. And so I just binged all of White, not Joseph Gordon White. That's mixing two people together. Andrew Joseph White. I read all of his stuff, because it's young adult body horror trans stuff. It's so good, and it was very inspiring, and I climbed back out that way.
Yeah, that's super interesting, because a lot of my experience like recently has been kind of following very much along those same sorts of footsteps. Like, you know, like when I've not found the energy, or like, you know, even the brain space to be able to know how to write and or like even approach writing. I have found myself, like, you know, on my worst days lying on the couch, you know, looking at the list of things to watch, which, you know, like in this day and age is always so long, and it's like, I've got to watch this, otherwise it'll disappear from one streaming service and end up on another one that I've not got. And like, you know, I've got to try and keep track of everything and stuff like that. And I got to a point where I was like, you know what, I just want to watch something that's comfortable, and one of the things that kind of make me want to create something myself, like one of the inspirations. So I sat down and kind of binged a couple of old seasons. I kind of watched Babylon 5. I watched a load of costume dramas. And I did the thing where I started picking up physical books again recently. I went to a bookshop and I bought 5 books, and I've read 2 of them.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
And that's the first time in a while since I've actually read a physical book. And
it's so easy to not make time for that.
I know, and it did take like a little bit of effort to kind of say, I'm going to have to parcel out a bit of time to go and do this. But it's like, but when, you know, looking at my day and what I end up doing, it's like, well, you spend that half an hour there just scrolling through Blue Sky, or
doom scrolling, yeah.
Exactly. So read a fucking book, man.
Yeah.
So
and I'll give you guys a hot tip. I keep a book in the bathroom. I'm taking a shit.
Oh yeah.
That's the only way I fit it in. Like, I mean, I have to multitask, and that's one of the only tasks you can do while you're reading a physical book.
That's a very good point, actually. Yeah. But yeah, like how much better I felt after reading like a physical book. Like I had no idea like it would feel so good and so refreshing. Like, you know, like I felt so much better afterwards.
It cleans your brain somehow.
It does.
It really does.
It really does. And like as an effective escape, like 10 times better than any of the activities I was trying to do on the internet, or like, you know, it's just, you know, like engaging with like modern culture and stuff like that. Yeah. Like it's just so helpful.
I'm sure that there is like a lot of research and stuff into this that I'm gonna butcher, but like I bet that creative people like, I mean, I have a sort of like my brain never shuts off type of a thing, and I bet a lot of people are like that.
Oh yeah.
And I wonder if there's like a thing where when you actually sit down and you read a physical book, you have your brain being engaged with the actual text, and then you have your hands, which you have to concentrate on, like actually holding the physical book. You have to turn the Scott is here.
Scott's here. Holy shit.
Hello.
Hey.
Hold on. Let me finish the thought, and then we'll say hi to Scott.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
Scott, please
feel
hold.
I feel like the physical act of reading a book distracts your mind way more than like holding the phone and scrolling through. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
there's a physicality to it
Yeah.
that is, and so you have this great like mind numbing thing, but then you also have the physical part of it. And so it probably feels really good after you read a book because your brain actually got an actual real break. And it
Yeah.
wasn't like doing something else, and it wasn't sleeping, you know, like all these things. It's an actual like, all right, this thing over here is going to do the thinking, and I'm just going to read it, you know? Like I'm sure there's like research that already says that, and obviously, but that's kind of what that's why I started doing it, really.
Yeah,
I feel like it wakes my brain up
Yeah.
more. Like if I'm like, I'll be on like, you know, whatever, fucking Pinterest or something, and I notice I'm like not even paying attention to what I'm looking at. I'm just watching colors go by, and I'm like, whoa, okay, stop. I need to put this down. I need to pick up a book where I have to actually like read words and focus on them, and that like makes me use my brain in a different and probably more healthy way. I don't know. It's like that's a real thing.
Like a focus, and I'm sorry, when I say rest, I mean like, you know, not doing
By Sam's
400 things.
standards.
Yeah, but it makes, at least with me, it makes me focus on one thing, and that's like my brain only has to do one thing, and that is for me technically like a rest because I'm not doing 400 things
Simultaneously all the time, right?
Yeah. But I'm really glad that I'm really glad that you did that though, Mike. That makes me happy. Yay.
No,
Yay for
thank you.
books.
Thanks, son. Yeah.
Hi Scott.
Hello.
Hi, Scott.
Y'all apparently talked so long that my meeting ended, so I'm here now.
Yay! We're happy to have you here. Welcome.
Is
To your
this
own
going to be a weird
podcast.
thing in the podcast where like we're talking to Scott and Scott's audio isn't recorded, so it's just like wah,
Yeah.
wah, 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 wah.
I started my recording before I even logged in, so
Hey!
Oh my God! You thought I had it.
Consummate
Love it.
professional.
Whoa.
Amazing.
Yeah, y'all are missing out on the like 15 to 20 minutes of riff that me and Mike did at the beginning that we did not record because
Yeah.
like, Sam's gonna be here any minute.
okay. You're in air jail now. Okay, sorry.
Oh
Twig. Hi,
no.
Twig. Guess who else is here, everyone? It's Twig.
You're too
Oh my
happy to fucking air
goodness.
jail.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah, Pretty Boy's like, I want to go to air jail.
All right, that's it. Get out. Come on, go.
This is our segment of dogs.
Yeah,
Dog
I like
segment.
literally just got home, so they're going crazy because they're like, we were in a small room for 50 minutes or whatever. Anyway, so
Classic.
hello. Yes,
Hi.
I am.
Hey.
I'm also a person. I exist. I've rejoined the podcast.
Podcasting from
Yay.
a new space, new room, new house.
Yes,
Yes.
that's been part of the problem. Is that we purchased a new residence and have been moving all of our stuff
Yes.
there, and it's been that along with some other stuff has just been sort of like a nightmare. Not a nightmare. Like it's just. I'm happy that
Just an ongoing thing that's happening.
Some good stuff,
Yeah.
some bad stuff have all happened, but mostly it's just that a lot has happened. So I've been like,
Many
just
things
getting
happen.
here is my one accomplishment. The fact that I still exist.
Woo! Yes. Well, we're happy that you're here and that you exist and that you did successfully move your belongings from one house to the other for the
They're all
Yep.
just in
That's brilliant.
piles, like you guys can see. Let's see here, like
Oh, look at the pile.
There's just-
Yeah, we can confirm the piles.
there's just garbage everywhere. So yeah.
The stage of unpacking. Oh my God, the stage of unpacking where half of the boxes are open and half the contents are scattered around, and some things are where they're going to go and some things are just in a heap and some things are still in the box and some of the boxes are labeled and some of them aren't, and you're like, where the fuck are any of my fucking possessions?
The problem I'm having is I feel like did any of y'all play the really weird the adventure games for the 90s like King's Quest or one of the or
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. So
Yeah.
where I keep
boy,
finding
man.
things. I'm like, I have a task I need to do. Okay, I've got step 1 and 2 and 5 and 8, and I don't know where the other ones are, and I can't even imagine where the objects I need to require them. And so, okay, well, I'll put that aside until I find the things I'm missing. Let me start something else. Oh no, I'm missing at least half of those. Also, it turns out that was actually blocked by the first task anyway. So yeah.
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 Oh my God.
Yeah.
Real. Hey, oh, by the way, everyone, guess who got an ADHD diagnosis last week?
You?
It's me.
Really?
Because to be fair, that could have been any of us.
Yeah. I was literally looking around.
Really had to
and
specify
my
there.
thought was, well, maybe they talked about this before I showed up. It could be anybody.
It could be literally anything.
It could have been me, and I might have forgotten about it. I mean,
Yeah, fuck, I might have forgotten about it.
Nice.
No, I've heard that story about the person who was like, yeah, I went to get an ADHD diagnosis, and they were like, didn't you know you've had one before, and we diagnosed you, and you forgot? So yeah, you have ADHD.
That's literally me.
No, it was me.
Like,
That happened to you?
Oh my god.
yeah. Yeah.
You're not the one I heard that story from, but that's
Yeah,
really
no,
fun.
I'm not. I guess I'm not the only one. Then, yeah, I got it. I diagnosed a few years back because I knew I had it for like ever. I always knew I had it. I didn't like.
Yeah,
It wasn't like a surprise. It was like I should get an official diagnosis so that I can
Yeah.
try meds again. And then I went and talked to my parents, and my mom was like, "Oh yeah, we got you diagnosed when you were like 14, and you tried drugs before, and it didn't work for you." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, well they still don't. Okay."
Oh yeah. Okay, well, great. That's so funny. I mean, I'm sorry the drugs don't work, but that's really funny.
Yeah.
We're just laughing at your pain.
Yeah.
You know, whatever.
yeah.
That's how you know that we're
Yeah.
friends.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fine.
As we explained to the audience before you got here when we were clowning on you for all the unreleased episodes. of the podcast.
I legit think it might be like 3, and there's also like the weeks we missed and we didn't record. So like,
Is that 3 including this one or not including this one?
I think it might be not including that. I honestly do not know.
Not including this one.
The answer is that it's more than.
How would you know?
Yeah, it's months. So
It's all been happening very much. It's fine.
I'm declaring. We didn't really talk. Like we didn't really have updates through all of those. I'm pretty sure. So except for like just talking about stuff. So I'm pretty sure I'm just calling a mulligan, and I'm just gonna release whatever we're doing here today.
Yeah. No, I think that's a good idea
Yeah.
because if
That's fine.
it didn't come out and it's been like just sort of sitting around, it's sort of old news anyway,
Yeah.
and it's not
Yeah,
as
whatever
relevant.
it is, we already
Yeah.
went
Yeah.
past it.
Yes.
So,
Okay.
I like the idea of us talking about something and then it sort of in the next couple of weeks it's like out there, and so then nothing is like super old.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think it.
so if stuff is old, then it's like we're past
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Whatever it is,
Yeah.
we're
And
past it.
all of us probably forgot about what we talked about anyway. So like.
Yeah,
I
we all
definitely
part of
did.
ADHD.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Do we actually all have ADHD though?
Okay.
Sam
No.
doesn't. Okay.
Nope. I've actually
Mike's
I had
making a wiggly hand
conversation-
motion.
Yeah, wiggly hand. I had a
Which is
conversation
great
with
for
my
audio.
therapist, and I asked them about it, and we've had a couple conversations, and I don't. I'm like the only person I know that I don't.
Like in the whole wide world, actually, probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
a few
Well,
people in
so
a few
the-
people in my family, but like. I'm wondering if I'm starting to think maybe I'm the one that's weird and everybody else is normal.
There's a
I don't know.
there's a real thing where if you grow up in a family where there's like a large number of people with undiagnosed something that like it affects you even if you don't have it. It like changes
Yeah.
like your expectations for people and stuff. I heard somebody talking about they I were autistic and all of their friends were people who either were autistic or had family that were all autistic. And I have myself, I don't believe I'm autistic, but I think there's some undiagnosed rampant part of my family, and I also attract the autistic people like the same way. I'm like, oh yeah, your communication style makes sense. I don't have the thing, but I can talk to you about
But
it.
Yeah,
I see what
yeah.
you're talking
So it
about.
wouldn't be surprised.
totally
if-
understand.
Yeah, like if the same thing would be true for ADHD, just growing up in a household with it or something. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, so the
I
funny
have
thing is, like, all of the people that I know in my personal life who have it like way, 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 way worse than I do. So I never even considered the fact that I might have it because the people that I know who deal with it, oh my god, hi pretty boy.
He's so pretty.
He's so pretty. All the people I know who deal with it are dealing with shit on a level that I cannot even imagine. And so I'm like, well, that doesn't describe my experience. And then
Yeah.
I did only hit the minimum requirements. My therapist told me, but I did hit the minimum requirements. So like, I'm at a lower level of ADHD, I guess, than is possible to be at. But yeah, so there are different styles of ADHD. I don't have
Yeah.
the hyperactive one. I have the attention problem one, where if like there's a task I have to do and I don't want to do the task, I'll do everything on the fucking planet besides the task that I need to do. That's the type of ADHD that I have.
Yeah, big nerd.
Yeah, and that one could be very helpful. I think one of my siblings is like that. They have a very very like not a huge thing, not a huge deal that they have to do, but they will like clean the house and they'll walk the dog and they'll work out
I'm
and a whole
really
bunch of
good
things
at
they
doing
won't do.
tasks that are not urgent instead
Yes.
of a pressing task that I don't want to be doing.
Yeah. I have several. I have a huge amount of siblings, and they vary from like me and my brother, who are have not been diagnosed and have asked but have not been diagnosed with anything, all the way to extremely autistic and everything in between. So, yeah.
The entire rainbow of neurodiversity in your family.
And gender as well. Very fun. But anyway, Scott, we didn't get an update from you. Should we do an update for Scott?
Okay, I will do a bit.
You're here and you're alive.
Yeah, I will. I'll do the big one. It's just more of a status where we're at, not what I've done, because I don't know when the last time the audience heard from me was. So.
Yeah.
Oh my God, buddy. Okay. What? Fine. Air jail. Ugh. Okay.
Wow. Big boy in air jail.
Where we're at is that episode 1 is mostly what I call the rough cut, but the dialogue edit is what I mean by that. That has like one scene to do, and then episode 2 is started with the rough cut. All of the dialogue is assembled in order, but I haven't decided on takes yet. So whenever I have my computer, because despite the fact that I'm talking on a computer, that's not my actual like main computer. Whenever I have that set back up in here in the new place, I could start on that again, and then move forward. So where I'm at is that I am still in the midst of the rough cut. It's been very slow progress over the last few months because of lots of other things going on, but I'm hoping to start that up. Oh, and then I couldn't stop myself. I started working on season 2. I have ideas. I've been
amazing, incredible.
I've got a document started, not with any dialogue or anything yet, but with ideas. So that'll be fun. I should finish season 1 before I really work on season 2, but I couldn't.
Probably.
I couldn't help myself. I was like, what if? And then I had ideas, and now they're in the computer a little bit. So that's good. That's where we're at.
Hey, you know what? There's nothing wrong with putting ideas in the computer at any stage of any project. That's I don't think ever a bad thing unless you're up on like some insanely tight deadline for the current thing. Like if you're just like, I don't want to lose this idea that I had that's not gonna be relevant to my life until 2 or 3 years from now, that's still not a bad thing to write down and have.
Sure. And the only time I would ever be worried about it is if it's a situation where I can't. The sequel is stealing energy from the main part, which this one patently wasn't, because I could not possibly have worked on the main one while my computer, in the middle of the move. So I was like, well, this is not a problem. But
you were at a stage where the thing you needed to do was so specific with the equipment and sort of time commitment that there wasn't a chance. But
so
it was going to be wonderful.
I will joke about beating myself up, but I am not. By the way, audience, I'm sorry. Pretty Boy is just barking this whole time. I do not know what he's upset about.
He wants to be on the podcast. He has things to say.
So
let him speak.
I love that he wanted air jail. That's really great.
He was like, I can't believe Twig gets to go to air jail and I don't.
Yeah. I think he's actually hungry for lunch, because I came back, grabbed something while I was out, and I came back smelling like food. And so now he's been showing me his food, Snoop, his little toy. And I think that means that he's hungry. So I probably should go feed him.
Oh, man. Yeah, if you don't release last time's episode, the audience doesn't know about the toy that Pretty Boy has that's like a horrible sphincter that turns inside out that you put food inside of. Scott showed it to the camera, and I was like, oh, that makes me like viscerally uncomfortable. I hate looking at this object.
Yeah, it is called a Snoop. The only technical term for it is that it prolapses for you to open it. Like, that's how you load the food into it, is like a part of it that any part becomes an outie part, and it goes.
You turn it inside out.
I just hate it. I hate it so much.
He loves it.
He loves it
so much. It is one of his favorite objects in the world. When one broke, we had to go get one that day. That's how upset he was.
Oh my god. It's wonderful.
So funny. Oh god. I feel like there was something you said, Scott, that was going to loop me back to whatever conversation Mike and Sam and I were having before you arrived. And
something about...
now that I know it's the ADHD in my brain that didn't allow me to hang on to that concept, I'm like, oh, well, I'm not just like randomly stupid. Like, I love knowing new things about myself. It's great.
Yeah.
Anyway, I can't remember what it was, so we can...
Not important, probably.
Probably not important. Yeah.
Yeah, but maybe probably just coming up with an idea.
We did all the things though.
Okay, good. Okay, cool.
We did all the things though. We did our updates, and we had sort of a topic, and we talked about hedgehogs. So we did a
I
good.
remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
You jogged my memory. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I will quickly say it was that. So Mike had been like, "How do you guys? If you've had like a period of not being creative for whatever reason, other life stuff going on, health issues, whatever, how do you like get back in it and kind of make yourself excited about creating again? If you guys have dealt with that, what did you do?" And Sam had really good and interesting things to say, which I wanted to add to by being like, Scott, you're so right. Sometimes you just have to do the most indulgent bullshit you can possibly think of. Like whatever project you're in the middle of that feels so serious and like it has so much weight in your mind, and you're worried about fucking it up, or you're worried about like not having the components you need to complete it, or you're at a step where you're waiting on someone else to whatever it is. Put that aside for now and just like do something for fun, just for you, without even thinking I have to show this to someone at some point.
Yeah.
Make yourself something that's so like disgustingly indulgent that you never ever want to show it to any other pair of eyeballs on the earth besides yours. I think that is such a good way to get out of a creative slump.
Yeah.
Just like make some fucking bullshit that only you want to eat.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You could frame it in terms. There's the other approach is, at least that I had, was if you could just do anything at all, like whatever. If you have a billion different project things going on, and this is not just like on a project, but just like when you find yourself in like executive dysfunction jail, where you're like, I'm just staring at a wall right now and nothing's going on. Just doing anything at all gets that momentum building, and so then maybe that means you have another little thing you can do, and then you have, once you're in motion, it's easier, especially if you have a spicy brain.
Yes.
And the indulgent version of that might fall into that, but that's also building the. If one thing's building speed, this one's building the engine. It's like refiring up the thing that made you passionate about the project.
Yeah.
Looking for that.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
exactly.
Yay.
Yeah, Sam's whole thing was like put stuff in the tank.
Yeah.
Like if your creative tank is empty, you can't make stuff.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
like watch shows you like, watch movies you want to see, like listen to podcasts you like, go back to things and revisit them if you haven't in a long time that you know you were creatively fired up about like once upon a time. And that is also really good.
And listen to your character playlists. If you're the kind of person who makes character playlists, listen to your character playlists. Yeah.
Character playlists.
Yeah.
Put that shit on,
Yeah.
bump it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I've never done that.
Maker.
I am not a playlist maker. Oz, my oldest child, who some of you may know, has this incredible talent of putting together a playlist, and like their playlists on Spotify are listened to by like hundreds of thousands of people.
Oh, wow.
Like,
Oh my God.
it's really crazy.
Wow.
They're
but yeah,
famous.
I think that it's sort of just skip, because my mother is also a big music person, so like I think it just sort of I have like the musical. Like I play instruments and I used to sing and stuff, like there was that kind, but like I've never been super like I like to listen to music a lot. I don't know.
I'm never not
something-
listening to music. I like
Yeah.
I'm putting music on every hour of every day, like all the time.
Yeah, if I want something to listen to, I'll actually turn on like anime or like something. I don't do music really ever, except maybe in the car. But I like audiobooks, so.
Yeah, you are like a words in my brain type
Yes.
of person.
Mm-hmm. Well, good job, you guys. We did an episode that's extra
We actually
long.
did it. We
did.
got everybody. Proud of us.
Talk about getting anything done so that we have momentum there. We managed to get an entire
Yeah.
episode with all four of
Yeah.
us. Yeah.
Yeah, we got everybody on the podcast at the same time.
Now we should
Mostly.
do goals for next time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we want to do reverse order so Scott go first?
Okay.
Oh my God, the dogs are climbing him like.
I sat down on the floor, so maybe they would shut up. And the answer is no. He's so upset.
He said.
Okay, so goal number 1 is get pretty boy some lunch.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah,
Urgently.
Urgent. Give him some lunch. Okay, buddy. Okay, I really do have
Oh
to
my
say this, okay?
gosh.
Yeah, and then to put my computer together and start finish the edit for episode 1 and 2, so that I can start working on the sound design and the music and stuff. And also I have to follow up with another person about the theme song. So that I can do like
nice.
tonight. I don't need equipment for that, so I can call that person and be like, hey, what are you doing, and see what they do. So yeah,
Cool.
Perfect.
yep, that's my plan.
Yay.
Okay, great. Mike?
All right. I think for next week I would like to have another 2 episodes of me and the Majors, working title, finished and at least like in vomit draft form. I'm 2 episodes in so far. If I can double that, that would be great. That's going to bring me to nearly halfway through a full
Hell
season.
yeah.
Cool.
So,
Nice.
You're banging along.
Yay.
Love to see it.
Yep.
Okay. I guess it's me now. Yeah, my goal is to support Sam in whatever way. Like, if you need something from me that would be helpful, let me know, because I think where we're at right now is like the next episode or arc of episodes is one that you're interested in writing.
Yep.
So if there's something that I can do to support you through that, please tell me. And if not, I'm also interested to hear about the like ideas that you've had for later in the season. So we could try and find a time to call, but if you're really, really busy, don't sweat it. We'll talk 2 weeks.
Yeah. Unfortunately, As in West stuff is on the shelf right now, and so I can get you some of the stuff that I like just sort of what is it, free writing? I guess it's free writing.
Yeah,
I'll give
know.
you some of that stuff, and I'll show you like a sort of outline that I did. But there's probably not going to be any As in West like new stuff from me for a while. But I'm so excited to have the Bible. Oh my god.
Yeah, the like series Bible filled out and like. Oh, you know what? Actually, something I could do for you if you want is if you send me your like transcripts from the West episodes of Unspeakable Distance, I can pull all of the like relevant series Bible stuff from there if you have those on hand.
I think I might have them saved somewhere.
Okay. If you don't, no
Hopefully.
biggie, but if you have them, I can fill that stuff out into the Bible.
Yay.
Scott is getting trounced. Oh my
He
god.
is. He's just being very loved.
Being consumed.
Lots
by
of
the
kisses.
house.
Sorry.
Don't
I guess-
apologize. I love it.
Yeah, it's great.
I love it.
I guess mine is the deadline for the writer's call for Paranormal ended last night at midnight, and so I'm gonna go through those. I've kind of already picked the episodes, so I have to like.
Congrats, by the way, on
Thank you very much.
project.
Yeah.
Thank you. This was the thing that I decided to do for fun. That's going to make me happy, and that I will rest my brain on. But so I need to send out emails to people who I'm going to take their stories. There's 3 different, there's like a tier. There's the people that I'm going to take episodes for this season. There's people that I want to use their episodes, but they don't fit into like what's going on in this season, so I'm going to use them next season. And then there's the people that didn't write to the prompt, and so I have to either be like, this is really cool, but it doesn't do the thing that
That's kind of
Paranormal
not
is
what we're
supposed to
doing
do.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like either like try and fit it to the theme if you can, and if you don't, let me tell you that this is a really fucking awesome idea. Everything was good. Every single thing that I got in the submission
awesome.
pile was
Yeah,
great.
that's fantastic.
Some of it just doesn't fit the theme.
Totally.
So I'm gonna do that, and then we have to get everybody into the paranormal Discord and all that. So there's actually a lot of paranormal stuff that I have to do on top of
there is,
finishing the Monster Fucker book and then starting the next book. So because I'm an idiot again, I've already been through this.
Yeah, you just got a lot going on. So your plate is full. That's totally fine. Okay, cool.
Cool. Excellent. Well, I guess we are done. And we'll see the audience in hopefully 2 weeks, back on schedule.
And amount of time. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
fingers crossed.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.